Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is well. Uh, my name is Stephen White. I am the economics tutor at Sussex Coast College, Hastings, and this morning I am going to briefly, and very briefly, because we've only got 10 minutes, briefly take you through what is expected of you when you participate and when you enroll on the A-level economics course. Um, so there I am. That's me, Stephen White, your economics teacher for the future, hopefully one day. The economics team consists of myself and Steve Harrison. We both teach business and economics because they kind of go hand in hand. But always remember that economics is not the same as business. So just remember that's always important to remember. Yeah, so that's a picture of me there. Lovely picture it is. I assure you I'm better looking in real life. So A-level economics at the Hastings campus, where hopefully we join in September. It's a linear subject, and when I say linear, it means that you are assessed entirely by the end of the course. And you'll be given 3 exams at the end of that course on microeconomics, macroeconomics, and macroeconomics. Hastings Economics covers the AQA, Exam Board's assessment scheme, and that's why it's linear. And when I say linear, it means it goes from one point to another. So we start at the beginning, and then we have an assessment at the end, basically. That's what linear means. I hope you like my picture of the Chancellor there, Rishi Sunak. So what is the course entry criteria? Okay, well, there's quite a few things or boxes that you need to tick in terms of what the criteria may be and what sort of work is involved. So A-level economics requires logical thinking. Remember, it's a social science, okay? It's not an art, it's a science, and we're talking about how the economy affects people, affects countries, affects the world, the global economy, okay? And we see that a lot with the coronavirus at the moment, how that's had an impact on jobs, on people's health, people welfare, businesses, people traveling, okay? So it has a big impact on local economies and global economies, okay? So really, a good command of maths at a good GCSE level is beneficial. And as I said earlier, it's a subject which requires social awareness and which develops the ability to debate both in class and on paper. So it does require a level of critical analysis. So you need to look at the drawbacks and benefits for economic theory. And the nice thing is there's often no right or wrong answer when it comes to macroeconomics, so you need to be able to present arguments clearly, supported by relevant examples. Simply put, you can't just say yes or no, so you need to back it up. So if you're looking at macroeconomic policy and you want to look at boosting aggregate demand, then you would talk about how to boost aggregate demand. That could be through a long-range aggregate supply, or that could be also through increasing investment, infrastructure projects, increasing jobs, etc., etc. Okay, so that is your entry criteria. What you will study, moving from year 1 to year 2, in the first year, which as you know is AS level, the course gives a general introduction to the world of economics. Okay, this gives you the foundations that you need, with modules on micro and macroeconomics. One can expect to explore the notion of a market, studying topics such as demand and supply, elasticity, and market failure. Don't worry about some of these big terms and keywords because they will become quite relevant to you, and we will go through it step by step as the year progresses. The macroeconomics unit gives an introduction into macroeconomic objectives, so economic growth, inflation, unemployment, and balance of payments. So it's trade between two countries. Okay, inflation is the value of the currency at a certain particular time, and we look at exchange rates as well, fiscal policy, monetary policy, and supply side policy. All these policies are designed to boost aggregate demand in the economy, increase jobs, increase welfare, etc., etc. In year 2, you would do the same, but you'll build upon year 1 information, and we go a step further. We'll become more critical. We'll evaluate. So these are just to remember 2 key terms that you need to evaluate, critically evaluate, definitely in year 2. Okay, they're command words that we will touch upon in year 1 and really explore in year 2. So year 2 basically covers mainly business economics and the distribution of income. So areas of study is usually around market structures such as a monopoly, oligopoly, and perfect competition, economic efficiency in the labour market, so how many people are working or not working. We look at different types of unemployment. Also, there are options for studying particular industries such as transport for the micro module. So we may look at infrastructure projects such as HS2, may look at the emergence of electric cars into the economy and how that will have an impact on the world oil price. A2 level macroeconomics goes on further and builds on ideas taught in year 1. The topics are covered in greater detail and usually involve evaluating policy by using theory. For example, we could use the Phillips curve, monetarism, fiscal policy, and we'll look at how that has an impact on the domestic political landscape as well as the global political landscape. And most importantly, remember that there's also graphs in here as well, which you'll have to remember, which is important to remember. But like I say, not you, but like I say, it's important to focus on those graphs as we go along, and try your best to remember them. So how will I study, and what is the space like? So what sort of work is involved? Okay, there's a nice picture there, the guy with his hand up. As I said, it requires logical thinking. You need to develop chains of analysis, chains of reasoning, so we understand, assessors understand what you're saying. And a command of maths to a good GCSE level is very good. It's what we want. It's also a subject which requires social awareness. So obviously, as the years progress, I'll kind of expect you to become more aware about political statements, economic statements, what's going on in the world of the economy, what is going on in the UK at the moment. And there's no more time better than ever to look at the economy, because it has really been affected quite badly because of the coronavirus. You have an ability to debate, both in class and on paper. And as I said, there are often no right or wrong answers when it comes to macroeconomics. You just need to be able to present arguments clearly, supported by relevant examples. Okay, it's important. I may ask some of you guys to complete a journal in the first year. Nothing major, just some articles that you may have found online or something which interests you with the economy. But always remember, importantly, you can't rely entirely on your textbook. There's a lot of theory, but you need to apply that academic theory in a practical way. Economics is the lifeblood of political debate. Everything about politics is all to do with the economy. You need to keep up to date, following news online and in print to pick up on economic, political, business and social issues, which is why I'm saying you should make a journal. A-level economics is well respected for the breadth you need to show in order to get a good grade. Economics can take you anywhere in the world, which is it's a fantastic subject. What can I do after my course? Okay. So as well as leading into economics-based degrees, A-level economics is a good background to a wide range of other degrees. So be aware that top economics degrees courses may also require A-level in maths. A-level economics is well respected for the breadth you need to show in order to get a good grade. Okay, so a number of issues you need to take into account there. Doing maths on top of economics will obviously support you. Okay, so it's a great way to gain understanding into the world of economics. This is why our course is so unique. We have 3 modules over 1 year, so micro, macro, and then macro. A-level economics is well regarded amongst academic circles as well. Okay. And here's just lastly, I've got a student quote here. It's not just about money. Many people get this idea that economics is entirely down to analysing how money works. Economics is merely a word given to a social science in which everything is encompassed and affected in everyday life. I find it very challenging, engaging, and interesting. I couldn't have picked a better third subject. There we go. See, fantastic subject, which you need to know. There's a bit there about student life. You're a student, so you're familiar with student life at the college or any college. Okay, so if I'm now going to open up to some questions. I'm going to stop this here.